All right, everybody, we're counting down the last 15 seconds here. It's almost showtime. We're coming here right now live. This is John Farian from Live Large Universe, also on the Avalanche Alliance board. So we have the Avalanche Alliance crew here. We're going to have a couple of folks with you here in just a second. So let's go ahead and drop down the timer. And Mr. John and Jeff, if you guys want to come off mute, we're going to bring you on here in just a few seconds. So we'll go here in 3, 2, and 1. How's it going, gentlemen?
Oh, it's going
Pretty
really
darn
well.
good.
Are you guys ready? Are you guys
Oh, we're
ready?
so excited.
Man, you
Like ready for
guys,
snow.
you ready for snow? Is there snow in the forecast yet, guys?
We actually had some snow last week on the Tetons and some other areas. So
Very cool, very cool. Well, hey, let's get right to it, guys. We won't want to hold up this big announcement from everybody, but some of those who've already been to Heydays and somebody's been paying attention to some of these social media platforms, the secret's already out, so it's not necessarily a secret tonight, but we're going to talk to you guys a little bit about the Avalanche Alliance Sweepstakes for this season and what we have planned. And so let's get you guys introduced. Again, I already said I'm John Farian. If you don't know already, I host a podcast called Live Large Universe, and very in-depth involved in Avalanche safety and education throughout the industry, as kind of a big promoter of education, the starter and founder of Live Large University Scholarship Program at Erie, which you'll learn more about tonight as well too. And so, John, tell us a little bit about yourself and who you're here representing, as well as Avalanche Alliance.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. So my name is John Summers. I work for Climb. Been with Climb for 23 years now. So I've been able to see the growth with Climb, and as an enthusiast and as part of the riding community and the industry, avalanche safety is super important to me, and so that's why we're here tonight, and that's why we're doing what we're doing. So excited to talk a little more about that.
That's very awesome. So we've got a live audience coming in right now too, and we got a few people chiming in the comments. We appreciate that very much. Just let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to see your name pop up in the comments and let us know where you're watching from. And we would be grateful. In Snow West Magazine, by the way, is awesome for letting us use their platform here on Snow West Magazine. But we all would be grateful for you guys to give this a little share tonight, whether it be to your personal page, wherever else you can throw it out. But Jeff, let's introduce you and find out what you're all about.
Oh, thanks, John. So I work for the organization ARI. That's the American Institute for Avalanche Research and Education. That's a big, long acronym to say that we specialize in teaching about avalanches. And I'm the motorized program manager. So I work, I guess, as I work with snowmobilers to help in that realm. We design curriculum and we train professionals to deliver that curriculum, and we also train people to work in the field. It's sort of an emerging sort of field for snowmobilers to be a professional in the mountains, to be an avalanche forecaster and work from a snowmobile. But it's something that's started to happen, and it's kind of cool. So we support that, and I work with the people who are starting to make a career of that in their training. So
Yeah,
that's what I get to do.
that's
All the time.
awesome. Yeah, we're excited to see the evolution that's happened. I mean, Avalanche Alliance has been a big part of it. Climb's been a big part of it. Like all of our sponsors tonight that you'll hear us talk about are, they've all been a big part of trying to drive safety and education in our community here, the backcountry motorized community. And we're gonna get, like I said, let's get right to it. Mr. Summers, why don't we have you? You're tipping out of the screen a little bit, buddy. Keep yourself up in the middle. Sorry, had to do it. I know you were excited. You were trying to see Jeff around the corner, but let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what this year's prizes are. So I'll let you kind of tee it up here, and then I'm actually going to pop up an image and show everybody what you're talking about. But what do we have going on this year for the sweepstakes? And tell us a little bit about how long we've been doing the sweepstakes. Maybe that first. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Before we get to the super exciting stuff, just want to take a second and just kind of rehash what Avalanche Alliance is and kind of our mission. Like I said, I'm an enthusiast. I've worked in the industry for a long time, so I've seen a lot of things happen. I've personally been in situations where avalanches have occurred, and so over the years we've just seen this need for more education and more emphasis put on avalanche safety. And so we felt like as a industry and as riding community, we needed to come together and make a difference and make sure that we create a safe environment for our riding community. So that's what Avalanche Alliance is about. And so we're going on our 4th year, which seems really crazy. I can remember the start of it and announcing what we were doing and getting, you know, getting some question marks, but super excited. And I'm very proud of what we've been able to do. Like I said, the riding community has come together, the industry's come together, and we've been able to really move the dial. And I'm really excited about this year because we've really up the ante with our sweepstakes. It does take money for things to happen in this world, and so, like I said, the ante's a lot higher. So this year our sweepstakes are going to revolve around giving away Ford F-350 Super Duty, and in snowmobile style, we can't leave anything stock, can we, John?
No, no. So go ahead and keep talking, John. And what I'll do is I'm going to show everybody this list of prizes, but the truck will
Yeah.
pop up here. Let's give them a picture of the truck, and
Yeah,
you
so
know,
we're working with Smith Ford here locally in Rexburg, working with them to get the 2022 Ford F-350. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that, and like I said, we're not leaving it stock. We're going to add a set of fuel wheels. And these are companies that are donating these aftermarket products. So, a huge shout out to these guys. It's what makes the sweepstakes successful. So, fuel wheels, BF Goodrich tires, Ready Lift, leveling kit, and shocks. We're going to do a Ready airbag kit. So basically, new suspension for the truck. Morimoto is going to add lights to it. So it's basically a custom truck. We're excited to have that. On top of that, if that wasn't enough, we have had a couple sponsors that have helped us out basically from the beginning. Climb being one of those. So the first place prize is actually going to be a Marlon sled deck. And like I said, those guys have helped us over the years, for the last 3 years to be exact, with the prizes. So we're really thankful for those guys. Again, that's a sled deck from Marlon. We've got Climb that's going to do a head-to-toe riding kit. So that includes boots, bibs, or actually a lock saw one piece, Avalanche pack, helmet. And Fly has stepped up as well. And again, they're another sponsor that has helped us over the years, and we really appreciate them coming together. Like I said earlier, this is the industry and the ride community come together, regardless of who we are and what we sell. This is really about the ride community come together and making things happen. So Fly's been gracious enough to donate a set of riding gear as well. So that will be third place prize, which is awesome. So, I mean, we've got a lot of great prizes here that people can win. And the sweepstakes are going to be as bigger than they ever have been. So we're excited about that.
That's amazing, John. And I have to interrupt you to just confirm from the outside looking, this is the thing is I have the ability to be kind of this independent voice within this. And, we've got these people at the table. We've got yourself, Climb, who kind of kicked this off. And you're literally sitting in Climb headquarters tonight and showcasing the idea that we're bringing in competitive partners into this alliance. To me, showcases how important this whole concept of backcountry safety is to our community as a whole, to the point where we can all jump into one giant happy family together here to promote avalanche education and safety, and partnering with an amazing group like AIRI here, which we're going to get to in a few minutes later. So
absolutely. It really is about the mission of making our sport safer, and the more people that can get involved with that, the safer it's going to be. So that's really what it comes down to. So but yeah, those are the prizes that we'll have in the sweepstakes. And I just wanted to take a second and talk a little bit about some opportunities to go to Avalanche Alliance safety seminars. So throughout the fall, and we've done this over the last 3 years as well, we put on avalanche awareness seminars. Dan Adams, Matt Entz, and Dustin Pancarry have been doing this over the years, and they put on a really good, informative presentation, and it's a lot of fun to attend. And so we want to make people aware of that. So if they get a chance, they can they can attend those different events. And so the first one kicks off this weekend at the Denver Snow Show. So that will be at 9:45 on Saturday morning. And I'll just go through the list here real quick. And you can also access an events calendar on the Avalanche Alliance website where these shows are also on the events calendar. So
Yeah, John, real quick, I'll just remind everybody that in this show, if you go down into the description, either after you're watching or whatever, there's links in there for the sweepstakes that we talked about, as well as the website links that you're talking about here. People can go in and find all these resources right in the bottom of this show in all the notes section down below.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so following that up, Puyallup is the following weekend, and John and Jeff will both be there to answer any questions, talk about the sweepstakes. There will be opportunities to actually buy sweepstake tickets right there, so opportunities to win. And then we'll also be at the Salt Lake show that same weekend. So, and then Action Motorsports here in our backyard in Otto Falls will also have our Avalanche Alliance presentation. We'll be at the Spokane show, Moon Motorsports in Minnesota, Century Power in Stillwater, Minnesota, Wheels in Fargo, Findlay Motorsports in Findlay, North Dakota, Action Motorsports in Mandan, North Dakota, Four Seasons in Deadwood, and then also in Leavenworth, the Leavenworth show. John, will you be there, or will it just be Jeff?
Yeah, John and Jeff will both be there. The Spokane show, Jeff will be at by himself. So,
okay. Yeah, so here's a great opportunity to kind of learn a little more about the sweepstakes and also listen to a great presentation on avalanche awareness.
Yeah, that's awesome. So thank you so much for covering all that. And we hope, through this fall, as you guys go to the snow shows, you're keeping an eye out for Avalanche Alliance sweepstakes. You'll see banners there with a scannable barcode that you can just go right online while you're there and get that. It's the same link. Secret out is out, though. The same link that's in this show here. You can buy your tickets in advance. You don't have to wait till the snow show, of course. But if you see you're at the snow show and you want more tickets, the more you buy, the more chance you have of winning, of course. And so... John, are you ready to shift gears over to let Jeff talk about what we've done with some of the money we've raised the last couple of years? And then,
absolutely.
All right.
Yep.
So, Jeff, let's go ahead and talk about some of the amazing things you guys have been able to do with the money that we've raised through both scholarships, through sponsoring and supporting grants through Avalanche Center. Like, you're going to get into all that, and then we're going to tee up maybe a little bit about where we think the money might go this coming year. So, Jeff, take it away.
Well, thanks, John. Yeah, it's just beyond exciting for me to kind of share what we've been able to do with the funds we've been able to raise. When you came on board with the Live Large University scholarship idea, and we rolled that together into the Avalanche Alliance, that year saw a remarkable fundraising effort. We raised over $177,000 over that. That was super significant. It had never been done before. And we've been able to turn that money into scholarships for 3 years now and running. We've, it's been a bunch of students who've taken professional courses for the Pro 1 or the Pro 2 or instructor training courses. The whole series of courses cost several $1,000s to becoming a professional, kind of like you'd want it to be. Like we take it really seriously. It's not, it's pilot school or something else like that, where you're doing something where it matters to public safety.
Yep.
We take our time and we work through that stuff. So the students that are going through that have invested a ton of effort over the years to gain the experience that's relevant. And these scholarships help fund the classes that give them the certifications that make them qualified to act as work as professionals in the industry. And that's a standard, across the entire snow industry, not just snowmobiling. So what we're doing is raising the bar for snowmobilers to be able to join that. So that's on the professional side of things. We've also been able to raise or give away scholarships for students who've taken recreational courses. And this, I think, is even more exciting. Probably, I get excited about pro courses because they're really fun to teach. But on the rec side of things, we're talking about how you or your brother or your friends or your riding group can get together and take Avalanche courses. Those are also not cheap, and scholarships help make those more accessible to a wider range of people. And so, to date, we've given out over $50,000 of scholarships, recreational scholarships. And so that continues again. And just of note, those scholarships, that program is open right now
Yep.
through the end of October. So through October 31st, the rec side of the Live Large University Scholarship is still open. And you can find the application for that at the ARI website. That's avtraining.org.
Yeah,
Um,
if you don't mind, I'll just chime in quick. Is one of the founding things that I wanted to initiate with that scholarship has continued to maintain is, we want to pay for scholarships for people who are making an investment into their community, right? And so think of it as, hey, if you have a riding group and you know that you can go and get this scholarship and then go back and then urge and encourage your riding group to get educated and trained and to maybe it's part of a club or maybe you're part of search and rescue. There's all these things that in your community that if you can showcase in your application that you're reinvesting your education back into those around you in your community to kind of quote unquote live large and make a difference in everybody else's life around you, that's what it's all about. And whether you're both professional or recreational, if you can tell us how you're going to make a difference to those around you, that's what it's all about. So
yeah. So to wrap up on that scholarship note, like it's pretty exciting. We have 25 students who are going to proceed in their professional and instructor training careers this year through scholarship support. Right now, there's already 17 rec students that have signed up to do this. So I'd love to see those numbers be even. That
yeah,
would be awesome. So those of you out there are considering taking a course, um, two things you got to do. One is sign up for a scholarship, apply for a scholarship, I should say, before the 31st of October. And two is find a course provider that's running a course in your area that you want to take a course from. And you can also find that information on the area website. So, two things you got to do. Take
and
advantage
of
of that.
course buy more sweepstakes tickets so we can continue to replenish the fund.
Well, this gets into what I think is also exciting. What we were able to do last year was expand beyond scholarships and sort of find a new channel to be involved in the avalanche industry. And to this end, we we again raised over $120,000 last year, we were able to give out grants exceeding $120,000 last year to avalanche centers. So 10 different avalanche centers received awards, pardon me, that funded projects from weather stations, web platform and technology upgrades. We put forecasters into areas that were traditionally underserved and but also utilized by snowmobilers. So
Yeah.
places where the skiers weren't getting to but needed forecasts. Um, and we were able to help a couple of centers buy snowmobiles to do just that. So a couple of things we were able to really support last year in terms of what happens behind the scenes to produce avalanche forecasts, which is what avalanche education teaches us to use in order to plan for a good, safe day out there. So you see how the whole loop is sort of being closed by this effort. And that's what I think is really exciting about all this is how the Avalanche Alliance has come together to seek input from several different types of, we want the avalanche centers to give us input. We want the educators to give us input. We want the manufacturers from all different sides to give us input. And with that, I think we're able to design and or sort of utilize what we're given in some pretty special ways. So darn cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. So, wow, guys, here we are, one more year, getting ready to go down and throw big. I mean, John, the truck idea of driving this, what we're hoping that's going to do is to drive even more awareness to the program of what we're trying to do. Because go big or go home, right? We're going to get on people's radar one way or another. And guess what? We're also now expanding this to the idea that what, who cares if you ride a Polaris or a Skidoo or an Arctic Cat or a Yamaha or whatever you ride? Guess what? Everybody needs a truck to be able to haul their gear around the country when they're out sledding. And the prizes this year are very universal and should appeal to not only the backcountry snowmobile community but the entire world, right? I mean, who doesn't need an amazing new diesel truck to
Absolutely.
drive around in? So
Well, and the awesome thing is all of these efforts go directly back into the motorsports community. Like Jeff was mentioning,
great
some of
call.
the funding that we did last year served areas that are very popular snowmobile areas, but
Yep.
they don't have their own forecast. And anyways, that's where we're making a difference is, and it's like I said,
Yeah.
within the motorsports community.
Yeah. Hey Jeff, there was one comment that jumped in here that stuck out to me in the live chat here. Is somebody's asking about, and I'll just say, love to see y'all doing a tour in the Midwest, teaching a huge percentage of mountain riders coming from the Midwest, basically. And I know as we look at where we're going to allocate money to this year, I know there's been discussion about ambassadors that might be able to go out and train some awareness course and stuff too. Do you want to touch a little bit further on that, either John or Jeff, whatever you guys?
Sure, a
Maybe
little bit.
go
Yeah,
ahead,
I
Jeff.
think. Go ahead. Is that for me?
Yep, go for you,
Yep.
Jeff. Yep.
I'm talking over myself. I can't hear myself. Um, excuse me. We recognize that there's not enough. There's more than one way to bringing this information to the community, and it seems like the spread of the community is one of the factors that we're dealing with. One of the things we're trying to answer is how we spread this message around. And one of the things we do feel will be effective is the people who have taken all of their recreational avalanche training, have been through the level 1, been through the level 2, are proficient with avalanche rescue. I think they get it. They understand what it kind of means to have a to understand the risk they're dealing with, and to have a good plan and to be prepared for that risk. That's the kind of person who makes a good messenger. And so I think the idea is that as we build this out, we're building tools at ARI to facilitate interactions and facilitate, help instructors have a good toolkit to deliver messages like this. And on the flip side of that, I think it's possible with the support of this program to expand the people who are capable and prepared to deliver that. And so what I envision is that someone who's had the opportunity to travel out to the mountains a few times and has been there, and they've taken the time to learn about it and taken their courses, they're the kind of spokesperson that we think can go back to their community and share this information. And so we're working on toolkits and experimenting with the ideas of how this rolls out. But ultimately, the vision is that avalanche education doesn't sit behind ivory towers of some
Yeah.
sort of like gilded enterprise. That no, this is something people can get involved with, and I think it's fantastic for communities because it's a great way to discuss risk in a very practical setting. And we find that there's pretty useful stuff elsewhere in life too. So
Yep,
cool.
absolutely, absolutely. Another interesting comment just popped up here too. It says from Carrie Barton. It says, "I want to push this training and awareness into the snow bike community as well, as many of the people on the dirt side of things don't necessarily have the snow experience. Right? They may not have a skiing or snowmobiling background where they've taken any training, and so the snow bike community too. And yes, we're completely inclusive here too. Obviously, you need to haul a snow bike with a big truck too, right? And you can throw those snow
You
bikes up on the
absolutely
sled
need
deck.
to.
You can ride the climb gear, the fly gear, whichever you want. We're taking care of everybody. And Jeff, yeah, the training is available for everybody. It all pertains. So,
Yeah, I mean, I
And
think you
that
can get three or more snow bikes into this truck. So
oh yeah, there you go. John, what were you going to say? Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to go back to the comment from probably the guy from the Midwest. We
Yep.
know Midwest riders that come out and ride in the mountains. They only have so many days to ride, and they want to ride, all as much as they can rather than train. But like Jeff was saying, there's some things that we want to facilitate to hopefully bring some training to them, and not take away that precious ride time. So.
Yep.
We're
Yeah.
definitely that's on the radar, and we know that's an issue,
Yeah.
and we want to
Well,
address that.
and Smasher, who we all know, is here talking about Alaska as well. He's kind of like ditto for Alaska, and I know that's already on our radar. We've already been in touch with somebody up in Alaska who
Yep.
might be able to support us over the next year or two. So, yeah, I think it's time to wrap it up, guys. What do you think? Any final thoughts? Any final words on what you want people to know, other than buy some tickets, raise
Bye,
some
bye,
money so
bye.
we can continue this cycle? Somebody in here literally, I think, said, this completely closes the loop, right? Like, we invest in a sweepstakes, the sweepstakes back and invest back into us. We all win. It's a winning cycle over and over and over again. But guys, we got to get these prizes out there and let everybody know about them, and share it up and buy as many as you want. There's no limit, and there's no shortage of tickets to go around for everybody. Final
Yeah.
words, John?
Yeah, just again, this is an important initiative. It goes back what we raise here. It goes back to the riding community, and it saves lives. I know it does, and so we appreciate everyone's participation in this, and
Yep.
and even more when you go and get trained on the snow. So excited to see what we're going to be able to do this year.
Absolutely. Jeff, final words.
Yeah, one parallel to draw here. You can reduce the odds of getting caught in an avalanche through avalanche education. You can increase the odds of getting a new truck by buying tickets.
I like that. I never thought of that. Like, that's a brilliant concept that I hadn't considered
That's a
before.
yeah, that's a win-win.
I know, right? Like you can't lose there. So, hey, everybody! Snow West Magazine. Thank you so much for your ability to kind of let us use your platform here. We're grateful for that. It just continues to showcase that the Avalanche Alliance and what we're trying to do in the community here. It's literally all hands on deck. All of these partners. So if you go to the website, you'll see there's so many more partners that we didn't even get to talk about on this show here that are out there helping us promote and get this word out about everything. And each year as we cycle through different prizes and different things, we have different partners that are there one year that are offering prizes. Now this year they're helping us market and promote it. So we're grateful for everybody who's part of this program, and especially for all of you who get in there and buy a ticket and get your Avalanche education and keep that circle spinning. So, all right, everybody, let's say bye. Have a great night.
All right.
Thanks
See you
from
later.
Avalanche Alliance. We appreciate all of you guys tuning in tonight, and share. Thanks.